Club Q is devastated by the senseless attack on our community. Our prayers and thoughts are with all the victims and their families and friends. We thank the quick reactions of heroic customers that subdued the gunman and ended this hate attack.
By now, you've probably heard about the shooting in Colorado Springs at Q nightclub, which is a safe space for members of the LGBTQIA+ community to hang out and drink. And it was unbelievably tragic, and it reminded a lot of people of the same homophobic and anti-queer attack on Pulse nightclub in Florida. These homophobic attacks are a tragedy, and these attacks remind us of the power that right-wing politicians have and the violence, the real-world violence they inspire with their rhetoric. So it was disgusting to see someone who embraces that type of rhetoric and leans into it act like they were upset over this shooting. And I'm talking, of course, about Lauren Boebert. When news of the shooting broke, she tweeted, "The news out of Colorado Springs is absolutely awful. This morning, the victims and their families are in my prayers. This lawless violence needs to end and end quickly." You know, a pretty generic statement. It seems very hollow given the source, but you need to remember this is someone who has embraced smearing members of the LGBTQIA+ community. This person has taken multiple family photos filled with guns. She leans into it. She had a gun-themed bar that gave everyone diarrhea. This person is someone who has made her political brand guns, and ultimately hating marginalized communities. So often we see fringe right-wing politicians start their careers by leaning into nationalist rhetoric. I love America, I love freedom, I love the Bible. You know, this type of fascist starter kit. And then from there it gets into singling out marginalized groups and harassing them. They want people in those groups to feel unsafe. They want them to feel different. They want them to feel like outsiders. And ultimately this trans panic and hollow bull that they've been trying to get people worked up about over drag shows at bars and how that somehow is going to affect kids. That's the kind of stuff that motivates attacks like this. And it's really frustrating to see her try to act like she's upset over it when you know she's not. So it was really good to see other members of Congress call her bull out. And that's exactly what AOC did. In response, AOC tweeted, "Lauren Boebert, you have played a major role in elevating anti-LGBT+ hate rhetoric and anti-trans lies while spending your time in Congress blocking even the most common sense gun safety laws. You don't get to thoughts and prayers your way out of this. Look inward and change." And a lot of people pointed out that this was just totally insincere from Boebert. And I think most of us agree this is a direct result of right-wing rhetoric around that community. So it's probably unsurprising that once people did a little bit of digging into the shooter, they found that his grandpa is a MAGA politician in California. I mean, you could just draw a pipeline straight from Trump and the MAGA apparatus to this kid, and that's really alarming. And the thing is, he's not going to be the only one. The more they single out people in the trans community or the LGBTQIA+ community at large, the more violence like this we're going to see. So there's two things. We need to stand up and we need to be vocal and defend members of that community, and we need to tackle this problem of gun violence. Because when you have people like this who are fueling both, this is the outcome you're going to get.